everybody, it's Seth Jones, Editorial Director of Landscape Management Magazine, doing something out of the norm for me today. I'll give you a little bit of a background on what's going on. So about a year ago, my friends at Polaris said, Seth, you should probably demo our Sportsman 570 and tell us what you think about it and tell your readers what you think about it. And I said, I don't know if that really fits in with that market, with that demographic, if they would use it. And they said, Seth, you need to think outside, which is Polaris's slogan. They said, your readers are outdoors type people. We think that there's an application. In the meantime, we think you'd have a good time demoing it for 2 months. So finally I said, okay, let me give it a try. I went up and got it from the dealer, and we've had a heck of a time. So I'm just going to walk you through and tell you what I thought about my experience having the Polaris Sportsman 570 out in the HOJ for about 2 months. So the first thing I'll say about it is it's just a big old machine. I really liked how when I got on it, I felt really comfortable on it, because I'm not, my readers, you guys know me, I'm not necessarily a gearhead, a motorhead, but I do enjoy these types of things. I enjoy going on demos all the time. And when they pulled it off, when they pulled it out of the shop, I was like, wow, this is a big vehicle we're getting. It weighs 900 pounds, and it just feels, 900 pounds, then throw me on there, then throw my son on the back. And now you got 1,200 pounds, and I always felt secure. The steering feels good, and we got going pretty fast a couple times. So it's got a 44 horsepower engine, so it really pushes. We've got five acres out here, and then all of our neighbors have acreage too, so we really got to do some exploring. Let me tell you about the seat, because this was, to me, was really interesting. It's got a back seat right here, so I could fit right here. My son could sit right here, and he's up high. He's up higher because he's not quite as tall as I am yet, and so he had a nice view of everything, and we got along. I actually put me and a friend on this at one point, and he could see over it just fine. They were both big guys. If you want to, you can take off this back seat. There's a little lever down here that pops up, and then the whole seat comes off. I will tell you, if you want all that space, but I never really took it off. I did ride it a little bit with the seat off, but I didn't really see a reason to have it off too often. It goes on pretty easily. You just got to come back here, latches back on. Also cool is my son had these handles right here to hold on to, so he had something to hold on to. These racks right here, 900-pound capacity on these racks. I would attach a string trimmer on it. We bungee corded on, and obviously didn't do a whole lot of towing on it. But then here in the back, let me show you the trunk. 2 latches right here. You got some storage space down here. It goes all the way underneath the seat, so you can put some tools down there if you want to. Again, like I said, we would attach things to the rack if we needed to. They also offer one with like a cargo bed back here, which would have been great. I would have loved to have a cargo bed version to see what that's like. Let me show you the front storage real quick. 2 latches, and this pops right up. This is waterproof, I'm told. I never tested it because I didn't really feel the need to get wet out there. But that's easy access to the battery right there. I'll shut that. Okay, so now I showed you some of the things about the creature comforts, the chair, the storage. I want to show you the touch screen and a little bit about the throttle. I'll go ahead and start it up. It's got a really nice touch screen that offers a couple different functions that we didn't get actually the full. I didn't use it to its full potential just because I'm not out riding with different guys and stuff. But let me show you. You go to the main menu here. You got a game camera you can put on. You got the gauges. You got a map, which I really liked, and you can connect your phone to it and play music on it. Here's the map function, which is cool. Give it a second to find where we are. But if you're riding with your buddies, you can connect through Bluetooth or whatever and see where your friends are. It'll also show you a map of the trails that you're on. And then here's the gauges. Pretty obvious here. Over here is the throttle. It's a little thumb push button throttle, which I found interesting at first, but I really like it. You just give it a little yeah. It's an interesting way. I thought maybe I'd be doing this, but no, it's just right there in your thumb. And I will say it's got 44 horsepower, and it pushes. Another thing I liked about it is the tires. I was worried it might tear up my yard, and it didn't. So we just drove all over the place with this. And I think practical uses for someone like me, I could have attached I could have towed with it. It'll haul 1,300 pounds. And my neighbor always has firewood that he tells me I can come over and grab. As I was driving over there, I saw some of it, and I thought, man, if I just put a little trailer on this and went over there, I could load this thing up. Now I don't need to load 1,300 pounds, because if I load 1,300 pounds, that means I've got to unload 1,300 pounds, and I don't want to do that, but it could do it. Also, Polaris offers this with a snowplow. snow blade for the front. And it's a compact machine. It's only 48 inches wide, so it gets into tight spaces. And between that for like snow removal and on sidewalks and places where it's kind of hard to get. Also, when we drove around in hard to get places too, that was fun driving around in some paths that we have cut out here that aren't very wide, but we were able to really cook through there. So all in all, just a really fun experience having this out. I'd say fun was probably the key word. I could see getting work done with this, and it would be nice to have it out here. We're sad to take it back, but I want to say thank you for Polaris for making us think outside, because Sportsman 570 was a very pleasant experience. So thanks for watching my review of this machine, and I hope you found it useful.